Hello and welcome. Good to have you join us on Nationwide on the network service of the NTA. I am Lydia Odije Ochi. Thank you for tuning in. The National Economic Council's Committee on Farmers and Herders Crisis under the chairmanship of Vice President Yemi Osinbajo met Wednesday to deliberate on the approved program of the National Economic Council and the federal government tagged the National Livestock Transformation Program. State House correspondent Jide Onifade reports that a member of the committee, Governor Dave Umahi of Ebonyi State, told the press after the meeting that the program has been suspended by the president as it has been generating controversy lately.
By the Federal Ministry of Agriculture and Natural Resources because it is not consistent with the NEC and federal government approved National Livestock Transformation Plan, which has programs of rehabilitation of displaced IDPs resulting from the crisis and also development of ranching in any willing state of the Federation. The word is willing state of the Federation. The National Livestock Transformation Plan, its beauty is that what NEC and federal government approve is a voluntary program to all the 36 states who may like to participate. So it's not compulsory, it is for any state that is willing. We came to the program. Any state that is interested in this program is required to bring up a development plan that is keyed towards the implementation in line with our own program here that is unique to his state based on the challenges that he has in respect of the crisis. That's the section of this subcommittee, or the committee.
President Buhari will, on behalf of Nigeria, sign the agreement establishing the African Continental Free Trade Area at the upcoming extraordinary summit of the African Union in Niamey, Niger. The Presidential Committee on Impact and Readiness Assessment of the agreement establishing African Continental Free Trade Area had submitted its report to President Muhammadu Buhari last week. While presenting the Presidential Committee's report in Abuja, Chairman of the committee, Dr. Desmond Gubadia, said the agreement would present Nigeria with the opportunity for its manufacturing industry to expand its business frontiers in Africa, noting that trade barriers which had limited expansion of business in Nigeria will be corrected by the agreement. The Presidential Election Petitions Court has dismissed the application of the People's Democratic Party and its candidate, Atiku Abubakar, asking for an extension of time to join issues with the All Progressives Congress motion filed on 15th May 2019. In a unanimous judgment, the five-man panel of justices led by Justice Mohammed Garba gave the verdict this Wednesday in Abuja. Dele Atombi reports.
One of the issues before the Presidential Election Petitions Court for determination brought by the PDP and its candidate, Atiku Abubakar, is whether the proceedings on June 11, where the APC moved its motion filed on 15th May, and the withdrawal of the one filed on the 14th May 2019 without prior notice to the petitioners, where the PDP orally objected to the motion as recorded by the court, was not an infringement on the right to fair hearing of the petitioners. The PDP joined issues with the APC on the motion filed on the 14th of May 2019, but failed to join issues with the APC on the motion filed on 15th May 2019, duly served on the petitioners on the 16th May 2019, and merely raised objections without filing counter-affidavit and address as required by law. With paragraph 47 subsection 4 of the 5th schedule of the Electoral Act, parties have 7 days to join issues with each other from the date of filing the motion. With this development, on the 11th June 2019, counsel to the APC Lateef Agbemi SAN withdrew the motion filed on the 14th May 2019, where the PDP joined issues with it and elected the one filed on 15th May 2019. In the motion, the APC is asking the court to dismiss the petition of the PDP, challenging the victory of President Muhammadu Buhari in the February 23rd presidential election for failure to join the Vice President, Yemi Osinbajo, in the suit. It is in the light of this that the PDP and its candidate brought the application on the 18th June 2019, pleading with the court to give them the opportunity to join issues with the APC on the matter. Though the extension of time is at the discretion of the court, Justice Mohammed Garba said it must be granted judiciously and judicially based on cogent reasons adduced. The Presidential Election Petitions Court observed that the PDP in its application did not adduce any reason for its failure to join issues with the APC on the matter. For this reason, the 5-man Presidential Election Petitions Court dismissed the application of the PDP. The court also reserved ruling on the APC motion, which went unchallenged by the PDP and was not objected to by the two other respondents to the point of delivering its judgment on the petition. This verdict ends the pre-hearing session, and hearing on substantive matters commences this Thursday. In Abuja, Dele Atumbi, NTA News.
The Senate has urged the federal government to review the decrease in the import duties charged on soap noodles from 35% to 10%. Ignatius Sukwo has more on this motion.
Well, that motion was the first motion on the order paper for today's plenary. And as a matter of fact, the senator that moved that motion, Senator Barau Jibrin, was particularly interested in the fact that the impact of that reduction in the tariff is affecting local manufacturers. And most of the senators who spoke argued in favor of that motion as presented by Senator Barau Jibrin. Now, the senator that moved that motion is here with us. He wants to tell us a little bit of why he decided that that motion should come at this point in time. Thank you for joining us.
Well, let me tell you, first of all, that this current Senate is working hand in hand, shoulder to shoulder with Mr. President. And we know that our main objective in this country is to have a very, very sound and up-and-doing economy. Mr. President has always been on this on this objective. He wants to achieve this objective. So also we here want to do the same thing. So anything that will create impediment to that objective, to the attainment of that objective, will always address it.
We still have the senator that moved the motion for the Senate to investigate the case that led to about 10 patients going blind after receiving a vaccine injection at the National Eye Center in Kaduna. Senator Aisha Dahiru moved that motion. Thank you for joining us. No, I'll hold it for you. Sorry, I'll hold it for you.
Okay, you're most welcome. Yes, I moved that motion because it is really shocking to have read that 10 Nigerians who went to one of our great national hospitals in this country, the National Eye Center Kaduna, went blind, and they went to that hospital unaided, and then went blind after giving a vaccine injection treatment.
Well, the Senate also resolved to investigate alleged case of physical abuse by Senator Elisha Abu, and the committee is expected to report its finding in 2 weeks.
Still on that matter, the National Working Committee of the People's Democratic Party, PDP, says it has commenced investigation into the alleged assault of its member, Senator Elisha Abu. The National Publicity Secretary of the party, Kola Ologbondiya, says the PDP detests and completely condemns such act of lawlessness and callousness as exhibited by the senator in a video. Consequently, investigation has commenced into the matter and assures Nigerians that it will stand on the side of justice. Meanwhile, the Inspector General of Police, Mohammed Adamu, has ordered a comprehensive investigation into the circumstances surrounding the alleged assault. In a statement by First Public Relations Officer Frank Mba, the IGP assures citizens of utmost professionalism by the police in handling the matter and promised that the force will ensure justice. In the meantime, former Vice President Atiku Abubakar has also called on the embattled senator to submit himself to the police for investigation and charge his party to take necessary disciplinary action. A coalition of young Nigerians have peacefully marched to the National Assembly to urge the 9th Assembly to make integrity, purposeful, and impactful leadership their watchword right from the beginning to complement the present administration's efforts at curbing corruption and other social vices confronting the nation. Elizabeth Omori has more.
Double, double, This march by young Nigerians under coalition is to advocate integrity, transparency and good governance from the legislative arm of government. The fact that the youths who constitute a large percentage of the population are most times vulnerable and affected by corruption and bad governance made them feel members of the Ninth Assembly should uphold high values, ethics, and avoid incidents of physical fights and other acts that portray them in bad light.
The legislature represents the will and the endorsement of the people. So everything that happens in the National Assembly is seen to be a reflection of all of us. We feel that values is at the heart of every issue we have in Nigeria.
The coalition is therefore heralding a new national value orientation campaign tagged "I am different" to change the narratives in governance.
We should uphold our national values. We should have a national ideal that we are working toward. We need national a reorientation of our values, even starting from here to even primary schools.
They're also seeking for youth's inclusion in governance and more platforms to engage the youths positively. In Abuja, Elizabeth Omori, NTA News.
The House of Representatives has resolved to interact with heads of key security agencies in the country to have an understanding of the unending security challenge in Zamfara State. The House, after deliberations on a motion raised by Representative Bello Hassan Shinkafi, expressed concern on frequent reports of kidnapping, banditry and killing in parts of Zamfara and surrounding states. The House is to set up an ad hoc committee to get a brief from Inspector General of Police, Director General of Department of State Security, and all service chiefs on the root cause and possible solution on insecurity. House members also resolved that the Nigeria Football Association should ensure payment of bonuses and allowances to players by creating a special fund for that purpose to prevent embarrassment during important tournaments. In the meantime, plenary turned rowdy at House of Representatives Wednesday when the Speaker, Femi Gbajabiamila, read out names of nominees for minority leadership positions. National Assembly correspondent Lami Ali reports on the situation. We'll bring that in our subsequent bulletin. Moving on now, former chairman of Northern States Governors Forum and the immediate past governor of Borno State, Senator Kashim Shettima, has handed over the mantle of leadership to the incoming chairman of the forum, Governor Simon Lalong of Plateau State. Mohammed Umar Ajinge reports that the event was held in Kaduna.
It is a new chapter for the governors of the 19 northern states with the exchange of the mantle of leadership. The outgoing chairman and former governor of Borno State, Senator Kashim Shettima, recounted achievements of the forum in the last 4 years, to include addressing the challenges of drug abuse and insecurity through the amendment of the Penal Code to accommodate punishments for emerging crimes such as kidnapping.
It is my fervent hope that the new leadership of the forum will continue with the good work already started by the forum, even though it is a Herculean task. I have no doubt that the new leadership will meet the yearnings and aspirations of the people of the region.
The new chairman, Simon Bakola Long, promised to work hard in collaboration with his colleagues to reposition the region towards meeting the yearnings and aspirations of the people.
As the chairman of the forum, my primary focus is to pursue our unity, pursue policies that enhance the security and welfare of our people, and undertake programs that will raise the sense of belonging of all our peoples in the Nigerian project.
The chairman says the 19 northern governors will strive hard to overcome the challenges bedeviling the region. In Kaduna, I am Muhammad Umar Ajingi, NTA News.
Our next report from Kano says Kano State government has pulled down the building used by kidnappers in Segamu, which served as their hideout. The structure was demolished a day after the rescue of Magajin Garin Daura by security personnel. Fatima Sanusi Karari reports that people in the area commended the state government for taking that step.
Was pulled down to serve as deterrent to some landlords who rent out their property without proper investigations on tenants, as oftentimes such facilities are used to hold hostages and conduct other illicit activities. Sources at Semagu, where Magajin Garin Daura, Musa Umar was held hostage for almost a week, told NTA News that they signed a sign of relief as something dreadful was happening in their midst, but have no knowledge.
And I don't think I can even express what I feel. It's something that we have never experienced before. So, so we are praying to Allah for this thing not to happen again to us.
They described the action taken by the state government as a welcome development that will further create security consciousness among neighborhoods. In Kano, Fatima Sanusi, RIA, NTA News.
We now go outside our shores. The desired transformation in the healthcare sector may not be too far away, as members of the Association of Nigerian Physicians in the Americas had a productive engagement with the chair and CEO of the Nigerians in Diaspora Commission, Abike Dabierewa. Joy Osiago in Washington, D.C. reports that the result may lead to health innovations to disrupt the debilitated traditional healthcare system.
That is really high up there is women's reproductive health.
Women's health in a changing world is the theme of the annual scientific convention and assembly of the Association of Nigerian Physicians in the Americas in Washington, D.C. this year. It was a veritable platform for the chairman and chief executive officer of the Nigerians in Diaspora Commission to present the Diaspora Professionals Healthcare Initiative, DPHI, for enhanced participatory dialogue. The initiative is designed to ensure effective collaboration between medical practitioners in Nigeria and their counterparts abroad to improve the healthcare delivery system.
We need to do it always in conjunction with local partners.
Then came suggestions on how to deal with the challenges encountered by these medical practitioners over the years while embarking on health missions to Nigeria.
In making products or services available to people, it's always been at the community level, the village, the local government, the state.
How many of us are going to Nigeria? What is our expertise? Where in Nigeria are we going to? The Diaspora Initiative can create a similar database where you would know which university needs what kind of skills and what kind of training. And then if we match that together, the initiative can actually say, if I'm going to be in Nigeria for 1 week, and my program is only 3 days, I can spend one of the 2 remaining days with the initiative. If you can match me up, right?
Create the structures that can at least temporarily bypass the existing structures. Get those people successful, create a critical mass of them, and then we can begin to talk about getting all these people to come back for however long it is, 1 year or 1 month or 1 week.
The collaboration involves cooperation of those back home, and those coming from abroad will not come down to look at them. It's going to be a collaboration, it's a partnership, and it's going to be a win-win situation for both sides and ultimately for our country.
Physicians are hoping that the collaboration will lead to the desired disruptive innovation in the Nigerian healthcare system. In Washington, D.C., Joy Osiago, NTA News.
Still on health issues back home, worried by the alarming rate of which Nigerian-trained doctors are migrating to foreign countries, medical doctors in Lagos under the Nigerian Medical Association are meeting to check the trend and work out strategies to ensure effective engagement of Nigerian doctors. Paul Omukago tells us more.
Statistics from the Nigerian Medical Association indicate that Nigeria is yet to meet World Health Organization stipulation of 1 doctor to 600 people. That difficult working environment and poor remuneration are among the root causes of migration of Nigerian doctors. However, the Conference of Doctors in this all is to identify the challenges, provide solutions as a strategy to curb the brain drain. Chief Medical Director, Lagos State University Teaching Hospital, Professor Adetokunbo Fabowo, identified poor remuneration, unacceptable condition of service, moribund equipment, unpredictable duration of training as factors responsible for brain drain in the medical profession.
A lot of funding has to be put into upgrading the infrastructure. Most of our teaching hospitals are not in good shape.
One thing I'm very pretty sure, under the current leadership of the House, we are going to make sure that we find solutions to these issues. Somebody needs to repair the damages or the rots in our system. And if you all leave, that means there will be nobody to repair it.
Wife of Lagos State Governor Ibijoke Sanwo-Olu regretted that registered Nigerian doctors work abroad and called for adequate measures to check the situation.
We need to have more doctors going into politics. We need to position ourselves if you want us to improve the health sector.
Recommendations are expected to be forwarded to the federal government for policy formulation. In Lagos, Paul Omukago, NTA News.
The military and the media collaborate to stem the tide of irresponsible dissemination of information. Details of this and more after the break.
Enjoy the best of African football as NTA, Africa's largest television network and hotspots, Nigeria's foremost sports production and marketing company, bring you all 52 matches of the Africa Cup of Nations, Egypt 2019 live from June 21 to July 19, 2019. Yes, all 52 games will hit your screens in crystal clear digital quality. It's your guarantee of a memorable viewing experience and a wonderful cost-effective opportunity for corporate Nigeria to reach tens of millions of Nigerians. For sponsorship and commercial support, contact Abubakar on 0803-331-0175 and Felix on 0803-308-2375. Hot Sports, masters of the game. NTA, you can't beat the reach.
The Secretary to the Government of the Federation, Boss Mustafa, invites all secretaries to state government, permanent secretaries, heads of cabinet affairs offices in the Southwest Geopolitical Zone, consisting of Osun, Ondo, Oyo, Ekiti, and Lagos states, to the first in the series of the regional meetings for Secretaries of Cabinet Affairs offices, which is a follow-up meeting to the outcome of the maiden meeting held in the second quarter of 2019 in Abuja for secretaries to state government, permanent secretaries, heads of Cabinet Affairs offices. The meeting is designed to, among other things, develop a synergy between the Cabinet Affairs offices at the federal and state levels in order to develop a framework for a community practice. The follow-up meeting is scheduled to hold as follows. Date Thursday, July 4th, 2019. Time 9:45 a.m. Venue Sheraton Hotel, Ikeja, Lagos. Announcer Babatunde Lawal, Permanent Secretary, Cabinet Affairs Office, Office of the Secretary to the Government of the Federation. Do you desire to master new techniques and technologies of camera operations? Then you must attend NTA TV College Special 4-week intensive course on modern camera operation techniques. The course is designed for cameramen in private and public television stations, ministries, departments, agencies, and faith-based organizations. Take advantage of the course to upgrade your professional skills in single and multi-camera operations within just 4 weeks. Also, a special course on intermediate online news reporting skills for journalists, multimedia producers, and freelance reporters will run concurrently. Take advantage of NTA TV College's special 4-week course on online news reporting to upscale your capacity in computer-assisted reporting, social media content production strategies, online media platforms for dissemination of information, and much more. The venue for both courses is the serene and secure environment of NTA Television College near Old Government House, Rayfield, Jos, Plateau State. Date 8th July to 2nd August 2019. Course fee 100,000 naira only per participant. Accommodation inclusive. For more information, please call 0803-314-4383 or 0806-980-9807. NTA Television College, Jos, training you to be the best you want to be.
You can follow us on all our social media platforms: Facebook at NTA Network News, Instagram at NTA Network, Twitter at NTA News Now, YouTube at NTA News Online. Or visit www.nta.ng. For live streaming, visit www.nta.ng/live. Now, you can stay updated on the go, be it on your TV, iPhone, laptop, or iPad, or download the NTA mobile application from your Play Store or App Store. NTA, you can't beat the rich.
My name is Baba Kingibe. Chief Abiola was asked by Abacha, and he did give names of people who should join his government.
The annulment, the intrigues, the maneuvers.
I wasn't aware whether he gave my name, but his reaction to me clearly indicated that he didn't give my name. given the background of general support by MKO Abiola and the party to the Abacha coup, I did not see any reason why I shouldn't be involved.
June 12, The Untold Story. Wednesday, 3rd July 2019, 8 p.m. on NTA Network.
Thanks for staying. 3 Division Operations clean up Jos City. Daliop is standing by in Jos for details.
Welcome to Jos. As part of activities marking the Army Day celebration, officers and men of the 3 Division Maxwell Kobe Cantonment have set out to clean the city of Jos. Cleaning Amadou Bello Way, the heart of the city, they say it is their contribution to a healthy environment. Rinred Silvanus Lord witnessed the cleanup exercise.
Shovels, brooms and rakes in hand, the soldiers went all the way to ensure that the city center is habitable for residents of Jos. The men cleared the roadsides, corners and the drainages, which was before now filled with dirt. This is their way of fulfilling the adage which says health is wealth, and establishing civil-military relations with the non-military community outside the barracks.
We are still Nigerians, and we care about what happens. We care about the environment. We care about cleanliness. We are going to have a medical outreach, as I said. We are going to make sure we reach out to many orphanages, many people who have one issue or another.
How residents of Jos view the move?
If you look at them, no weapon. The only weapon they have is the shovel and the broom, which is going a lot of way just to make sure things are in order.
I know that they are soldiers, but it's not bad when they clear the environment.
Cleaning or taking care of refuse or garbage, as it were, is a collective responsibility.
When I came out, I saw a large number of soldiers. I was thinking something is happening in Terminus. But when I realized you are cleaning up, I'm encouraged.
The Army Day celebration, which is a week-long activity, began with a church service. All military formations are to observe the week with various activities. In Jos, Rinred Silvanus Lot, NTA News.
The fight against maternal and newborn mortality rates across the country is one area of concern in the health sector. In this regard, the Maternal and Newborn Health Week is marked twice annually to immunize and vaccinate mothers and children against common disease. Zainret Dingmun visited some health centers and reports that the exercise is moving smoothly.
The exercise, which is taking place simultaneously in all the 17 local government areas of the state, is expected to reach out to a wide range of women and children, catering for them in the areas of providing nutritional supplements, deworming tablets, monitoring their weight and growth, HIV and AIDS testing and counseling, and family planning awareness.
So for the pregnant women, we supplement iron tablets for them. And for the children, we do a nutrition screening for them, whereby we now supplement vitamin A for them, which is a micronutrient that helps to protect them from infections.
Although there has been complaints over the years as to the issue of compliance, this year's exercise has registered a high rate of compliance as women come in early to get vaccinated, while health workers have been adequately trained for effective outcome.
The exercise is an exercise to promote the health of children, that is children under 5. So I want to encourage all the staff in Riom, primary healthcare department, to make sure that every eligible child receive this intervention.
The exercise is expected to last for 4 days. In Jos, Zenra Dingmun, NTA News.
Prior to the commencement of the ongoing Maternal and Newborn Health Week, key players in the health sector in Plateau State met to review immunization program in the state. Belkis Nuhu takes it from here.
The meeting seeks to address challenges, mitigate strategies, intervention plans, and provide status of implementation for routine immunization in Plateau State towards improved services.
What we do from the national is at least once in every quarter,
the national goals to each of these 18 states. Then we spend between 1 week to 2 weeks to stay with the states and detect what the issues are and solve them together with the states.
We have local government facilitators in all the 17 local governments in the states. And then we also, what WHO does is looks at those areas that are low performing areas and then they provide support.
Plateau State is among the 17 states in the country with low coverage of routine immunization, hence the need for daily appraisal to identify challenges in terms of funding and personnel, so as to find lasting solutions.
At the start, the results of the coverage started prior to the declaration of the emergency. Plateau State stood at 46% coverage on routine immunization. Today, I will tell you that we are at 62%.
It is expected that these review meetings will place Plateau State among the most compliant in terms of delivery and coverage. In Jos, Bilkis Nuhu, NTA News.
That's our contribution from Jos. It's back to you in Abuja for more on Nationwide.
Many thanks. The slogan, "You can't beat the reach," of the largest TV network in Africa, NTA, is not just talking about the radius the signal covers, but the combination of distance and quality and of its content. This attracted the management of Cameroon Radio and Television to the NTA, requesting for partnership that will help it get some content for the people of Cameroon. Adebola Brooklyn Sunday was at the meeting between the two broadcast outfits in Abuja.
The largest TV in Africa, you are correct. If you say the station, you can't beat its reach, you are not wrong. Over the years, the Nigerian Television Authority has been showing the class it's made of. With the commitment and dedication of the present leadership, a lot of improvements have been recorded in the area of quality signals and rich contents. This four-man delegation from Cameroon Radio and Television is in NTA to collaborate and work out modalities on how to learn from the rich content for the benefit of the people of Cameroon.
Both on news and on documentary programs or magazines, and of course we cannot leave out your good sense of humor, which we see in many of your programs that are broadcast around the world.
More than willing, to work with the...
As a big brother, the Director General of the NTA, Yakubu Ibn Muhammad, gave a nod to the requests.
It's going to be a different ball game altogether from now moving forward. We will be happy to have this practical relationship, not only on paper.
Both parties agreed to foster relationship for the benefit of their people.
Language shouldn't be a barrier to enjoying good content, because I'll tell you, most of films produced in Nigeria are enjoyed in Cameroon.
The Director General also received the leadership of the Ahmadu Bello University Alumni Association ahead of the organization's 2019 lecture, dinner, and recognition awards nights. Leader of the delegation, Professor Hamed Tijani Mora, expressed his pride in the broadcast giant.
So many television houses in this country, but NTA has remained supreme in this country. I was very proud of that. It's almost automatic. Anytime it's 9 o'clock, you look at your watch because of that time. It is based on that 9 o'clock p.m. news, sir, that we're here.
A lot of people look up to ABU, and a lot of people look up to NTA. So we have a very pivotal role to play in the current quest to move Nigeria to the next level.
The DG Yakubu Ibn Muhammad is one of the recipients of the 2018 Distinguished Services Award, and the 2019 edition is slated for July 6, 2019. Adebola Brooklyn Sunday, NTA News.
The military is engaging the media to stem the tide of irresponsible dissemination of information that can lead members of the public and pose threat to national security. To this end, the Acting Director, Defense Information, Colonel Onyema Nwachukwu, was at the Voice of Nigeria to seek collaboration for accurate and factual reportage of issues of national interest. Abdusalam Jubril reports.
This warm handshake set the tone for discussions between the visiting Army Information Chief and the Director General, Voice of Nigeria, which centered on information management for national security. The proliferation of media organizations, social media, and high rate of fake news posing serious threat to Nigeria, the Acting Director, Defense Information says, need to be checked.
We're following the trend. We know that most of the mainstream media have, of course, embraced the social media as well. They have various platforms, online platforms, and we believe that we could sustain our relationship, good working relationship that we are enjoying, and the support we are enjoying from the mainstream media.
The military is therefore seeking to build partnerships with the media to right the wrong and secure Nigeria. The Director General, Voice of Nigeria, acknowledged the dangers of misinformation, which he says informed the efforts to combat the spread of fake news on all of the radio's platforms.
When the social media or other media organizations go into their fake news, we are here to be cross-checked. We know, yes, there's asymmetrical attacks of people going to dustbin in the market to plant bombs. It's not the same thing. Would say SWAT areas that were occupied by Boko Haram prior to the arrival of President Muhammadu Buhari on the scene.
Both parties agreed to work together for the interest of the country. In Abuja, Abdusalam Jubril, NTA News.
Our next report from Owerri says Imo State Governor Emeka Ihedioha has directed the Commissioner of Police, Ibrahim Ladodo, to fish out the policemen who shot dead Ikenna Ukai in Obowo local government area of the state and ensure all those who also took laws into their hands by raising police station down are apprehended and brought to book. Selel Sayande reports that the governor gave the directive when he visited the area.
The death of Ikenna led to the burning of part of the divisional police headquarters in Opobo by the irate youths of the community. In the process, the police strong room was allegedly burgled with arms and ammunition carted away, while detained suspects were released from the cells by the youths. The governor condemned the action of the policemen and those involved in the jungle justice.
Officer that provoked this action must be brought to book immediately. Take preemptive measures. Sure. I hear this is the second of such incidents in a month in the state, and that's not acceptable to us.
For those who escaped from the police cell, he gave this warning to the police, vigilante, and the traditional rulers.
If by Thursday they do not show up, I want you to show me proof, evidence of publication in relevant papers declaring them wanted persons. Local vigilante, you have a duty to fish them out because you know who they are.
Governor Ihedioha condoled with the deceased family and assured them of government support. In Obowo, Selel Sande, NTA News.
The Benue State government is to bear the cost of treatment of persons with various degrees of burns, as well as the cost of burying the dead, resulting from the Monday tanker explosion at Ahumbe, Gwe local government area of the state. State Deputy Governor Benson Abonu stated this when he visited some victims of the tanker explosion in 4 hospitals at Alede. Bem Hanya has the details.
The State Deputy Governor Benson Abonu was received by the grieving community of Ahumbe, where the tragic incident claimed over 40 lives and left over 90 persons with various degrees of burns. The Deputy Governor, who made some cash deposits with the management of the various hospitals for the treatment of the victims, said only God could heal the wounds in their hearts and expressed condolences of the government and people of Benue State to the victims and their families. He expressed worries that many potholes on the Makurdi-Aliedo-Tupo Road might be responsible for the accident and called on the federal government to speed up the rehabilitation of the road. Former Attorney General and Commissioner for Justice, Alex Adum, who spoke on behalf of the community, commended the state government for quick responses.
We thank the road safety, we thank the police,
We thank the civil defense, we thank the vigilante, we thank the army, we thank everyone who volunteered to be of assistance to this community in this time of distress.
The fuel-laden tanker fell on its side by the road at Ahumbe, spewing fuel, and is said to have been ignited by the exhaust of a bus which was trying to maneuver its way through. From Aliede in Gwe local government area of Benue State, Ben Hanya, NTA News.
Public awareness continues on the heels of suicide. Let's join Chinyene in Enugu for details.
Thank you, Lydia, and welcome to Enugu. Schools, alumni, and other well-meaning individuals in the society have been enjoined to contribute to the education sector, even as governments work towards raising standards by recruiting quality teachers and providing conducive environment for teaching and learning. Enugu State Governor Ifeanyi Ugwuanyi made the call when he inaugurated classroom blocks in Enugu. Susan Eze has details.
The equipping of over 500 schools in Enugu State, according to Governor Ugwuanyi, is a demonstration of government's renewed commitment to changing the narrative in the education sector. He gave the assurance that in this second tenure of his administration, government will work even harder to provide the needed facilities and a conducive environment to enhance teaching and learning in schools.
I therefore use this opportunity to call on well-meaning citizens to take the initiative and play their part in ensuring the transformation and development of their society. As a state government, we are committed to raising the standard and quality of education.
Meanwhile, Governor Ugwuanyi inspected the level of work at the bridge on Ataku Road, leading to the Spiritan International School of Theology, Ataku, Akabugu, where the school community prayed for him at the school's Chapel of Resurrection. In Enugu, Susan Eze, NTA News.
Recent events among youths in Nigeria show that suicide is fast becoming the way out for young people in depression. It is based on this scenario that the Enugu State University of Science and Technology, ESUT, organized a public lecture for students on the way to go. Chegono Aro completes the report.
The public lecture with the title, Alarming Rate of Suicide, the Underlying Factors and Issues, drew professionals from the academia and the health sector who came to have a one-on-one experience with a guru in neuropsychiatry, who is the guest lecturer. According to Professor Richard Owakwe, the guest lecturer, Nigeria ranks 15th highest suicide rate in the world and 7th highest in Africa. He revealed that the largest mental health survey in Nigeria took place between 2002 and 2003. That complex causes of suicide can be traced to philosophical, psychological, sociological, and neurobiological issues. On the way forward, the professor of neuropsychiatry called for counseling clinics in universities, including psychiatry in the medical school curriculum, to acquaint students with relevant knowledge on mental health.
Death is a giving of human existence. The complication of living is death.
Earlier, the Vice-Chancellor ESUT expressed fear that if nothing is done and fast, many youths will opt for suicide. At the end of the day, participants went home with the fact that life and death are separated by a thin line, and to live, one needs to share depressions with family and good friends. In Enugu, Chiegono Aro, NTA News.
It is believed that the best legacy any government can pass to her citizen is qualitative education. But when the qualifications of teachers are in doubt, then the dream is as good as mad. In this report, Kingsley Okolo takes a look at the quality of teachers in Ebonyi State and its effects on the standard of education, as well as other challenges in the education sector.
States, though with the least population of teaching staff in the southeast, like many other states in the region, the education sector seems challenged by not only unqualified teachers, but also infrastructural and moral decadence. Some pupils and students in public schools lamented that apart from poor learning environment, cult activities, Engaging unqualified teachers by authority remains a major setback to their learning.
The most is the teachers. We don't have quality teachers. Lack of equipment for learning, like we need desks and other materials.
In our library, there are no more enough books for students to read and to borrow.
An educationist, Dr. Livinus Ezuwa, is among some Nigerians who noted that all commerce affairs is the bane behind low standard of education in the country.
When they work as teachers, they don't work very well because ab initio they had not had that mind that they are coming to teach.
The 2014 recruitment here in Ebonyi State is giving us headache in the field.
Governor David Umahi had, while receiving the old regional leaders of NUT, recently declared that series of committees had been set up to determine genuine teachers without any positive results. He called on NUT leaders to partner with the state on training and retraining of teachers as government embarks on total overhaul of educational system. In Abakaliki, Kingsley Okoro, NTA News.
And that is it from Enugu. Lydia, it's back to you in Abuja for more on Nationwide.
Many thanks. Flour Mills of Nigeria PLC has unveiled its new business strategy and also rewarded key dealers for their patronage. Imolayo Tokede, who was at the Customers Forum and Gala Awards night, reports that 17 trucks were presented to top-performing dealers.
It was an evening dedicated to celebrating and rewarding business partners and key dealers across the country for their loyalty and contribution to the business of the Flour Mills of Nigeria PLC. The award night kicked off with the 2018-2019 Regional Sales Award, which was presented in the pasta, semovita, noodles, bread flour, baker, and sugar category. Flour Mills of Nigeria PLC also recognized its heritage dealers, those who have been in the business for generations. Flour Mills of Nigeria PLC presented 17 trucks in 4 levels, 3.5-ton trucks, 5-ton trucks and 10-ton trucks were awarded to 12 outstanding dealers. The biggest award of the night, 13-ton trailer trucks, were presented to top 5 dealers to further expand their business model with primary distribution. These winners will also be enlisted as FMN transporters.
It's always good to be appreciated through your hard work.
The group managing director, Paul Bededo, while appreciating the dealers, hopes that their businesses will grow as the company grows.
We have that ambition to double our business in the next 5 years. That is what you should have also as your own vision.
Our brands in key categories do very well, but at the end of the day, it's really a joint effort with our customers.
After 59 years of doing business in Nigeria, Flour Mills of Nigeria PLC, which strives in line with its mission to feed the nation every day, looks forward to stronger ties with its trade partners. In Lagos, Imolayo Tokide, NTA News.
Still in Lagos, maritime and commercial activities were almost grounded at the Apapa Seaport in Lagos following the nationwide strike by maritime workers. They are demanding, amongst others, prompt payment of over 1 year's salary owed. Michael Olalaye reports.
This is Apapa Seaport portraying an unusual atmosphere. Workers have done toed and restrained those on business from entering the ports. The maritime workers are taking the step due to what they described as the refusal of the international oil companies to adhere to the constitutional provisions on the role of dock workers.
The NIMASA Act of 2007, Section 27, stated clear who handled discharge and loading operations in the port, the jetty, terminal, and oil platform. If somebody who is not a registered civil dock worker cannot do that job. So the major bone of contention is they refuse to pay the stevedores who would have in turn paid the dock workers in their pool.
Aside the prompt payment of salaries owed as condition for suspending the industrial action, the workers raised concern on the implications of these companies handling certain operations unilaterally.
Having jetties without eye would threaten the security of this country because you wouldn't know what the vessels are bringing in.
Beyond the agitation of these maritime workers, the financial implication of the industrial action cannot be quantified. This is because the maritime sector accounts for a sizable percentage of the nation's revenue.
Transportation is all about turnover. As much as you enter the port to pick cargo, so also you make your money. But if you are stagnant, it will retard your business and your profit.
The workers are calling on relevant agencies to intervene in the interests of the dock workers who can no longer cope with daily financial demands. In Lagos, Michael Olale, NT News.
Time for another break. Do stay.
They are there at the crack of dawn. They are there busy preparing while we rise for our day. They are there silently, guarding, waiting, listening, and watching. They are there ready in the sky above and the waters below, in the blistering heat of the day, in the dead of night, willing, indefatigable, determined in the defense of the sovereignty of our country. They are our first line of defense and our last. They who have paid the ultimate price in defending us. They are fathers and uncles. They are mothers and sisters and girlfriends and boyfriends. They are brothers and cousins and best friends and neighbors. They are classmates, colleagues, and citizens of this nation. They are our defenders and deserve our respect, our prayers, our thoughts. Nigeria, please support our armed forces.
With heavy hearts, we announce the death of Honorable Haske Francis Hanania, which occurred on Tuesday, 25th June 2019. The funeral arrangement is as follows. Thursday, 4th July, wake keep at LCCN Church, St. Paul's Cathedral along Abuja Kefi Expressway, Nyanya, time 4 p.m. Friday, 5th July, corpse leaves National Hospital Abuja to Yola by air and then proceeds to Hong Local Government Area for lying in state at General Hanania's residence, time 7 a.m. Saturday, 6th July, funeral service at LCCN number 1 Hong and interment at Central Cemetery Hong, time 10 a.m. Announcer H.A. Hanania for the family.
In this world anymore, I have.
The Secretary to the Government of the Federation, Boss Mustafa, has disclosed that Nigeria has a warm and cordial relationship with Germany. He stated this when he received the outgoing German ambassador to Nigeria, Dr. Bernhard Schlagek, in his office. The SGF noted the excellent bilateral relationship existing between Nigeria and Germany over the years, and the outgoing German ambassador to Nigeria thanked the federal government of Nigeria for the support extended to him during his tour of duty in the country. He noted that the rapport existing between President Muhammadu Buhari and the German Chancellor Angela Merkel has been very cordial. We now bring you the African update.